This song, ladies and gentlemen, is a song that was done by Willie Francis, 1973. I want to big up DJ Waldine in Brazil, because this song was the #1 song in Brazil. Willie Francis. Father sent a shepherd to lead his children. There shall be no trouble when we reach the promised land. Morning star come over. It's about time, youth. It's about time. We are ready now to go. Everybody sing. Youths of Jamaica, we're ready. The morning star come over. We are ready now to go. Are you ready? I am. Willie Francis. A very good morning to all of you. This is my second video for the year 2021. And I'm coming to you, and I'm coming to Jamaicans in general, scattered right around the world, and especially the youths of Jamaica. Now, youths are only me I talk to. And I'm going to say some things because I've been paying a lot of attention. And because I've been paying a lot of attention, and I'm so worried and troubled about each and every one of you, I was called to service by the Almighty to bring you this second video. The Morning Star was written and performed by Willie Francis. This was a massive song in Brazil. And I was talking to my friend in New York. His name is Desmond, but they call him Prince Al. He's an aspiring artist. And the message came to me, and I told him, I said, Prince Al, I can't talk to you no more, man. I have to go and deliver this message. Now, a lot of people might see me on YouTube, and I've been on YouTube for more than 10 years. I have over 4,500 videos on YouTube. And I never run down likes and subscribes and all that kind of stuff. But I want to come to you from my heart, because I see that Jamaica is a troubled land. Now, youths, women were supposed to be kings and queens, because that is where our lineage comes from. Yet still you're reduced to being called an 87, and you're reduced to being called a kerosene. My beautiful country Jamaica is reduced to being called the Banana Republic. Now, I use those two quotes, ladies and gentlemen, because I have the ultimate respect for these two vloggers. I'm not going to call their name, but they know who they are. And when the vlogger that called you an 87, a lot of people might be saying that this vlogger is against you, this vlogger is against criminals and gunmen and so on. Yes, he's against criminals and gunmen, but he's not against you. He's doing this, and what I observe by listening, because he has no name, is that when he reached out and he shows you the hills and the valley and the conveyor belt of how you were tricked into a system, how you became who you are, how you did not recognize the purpose of whence who you should become. And he calls you an 87, or he calls you a kerosene, and rightly so, ladies and gentlemen, because some of us do act out of order. How can you kill your own brothers and sisters, your grandmothers, your grandfathers, and your babies? Look at it. Was that your purpose? Was that the purpose that the Almighty God gave to you and says, this is who you should become? Most of you young brothers out there are some extremely talented youth. Most of you young sisters out there are some extremely talented youths. But guess what? You're reduced to an 87, and you're reduced to a kerosene. Jamaica is a beautiful country. I used to live in the United States for many years. I went there when I was 23 years old. I grew up poor. And let me tell you, poverty cannot lead you to a life of crime. A life of crime is led by a mindset that either was forced upon you or you see and you like and you adapt. But crime, you was not born a criminal. And I lived in the United States for all these years and could easily get myself into trouble. The temptations were there. The drugs and the guns and all that was there, but I did not want to become that. I grew up at 3 Fustic Road in Montego Bay. Right up the road is Barnet Lane and down the road is Railway Lane. And as a 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old, I've witnessed gangs fighting each other for no good reason because you live up there and you live down there. And in those days, knife was the order of the day and guns wasn't as prevalent. And I see gangs playing backwards back and forth from Barnet Lane Jacobin gang to the Railway Lane gang. I could easily become a Jacobin gang member because I was living right there on the corner. I know most of the men. Duckwalk, Shadder, Tear Up, right? Fox, right? Trust me. I know most of the guys down from Railway Lane. Old Mug, Dirty Baggy, you know? Kebong. All these are gangsters' names. I don't know where they are. Some of them are dead. I heard the last time when I asked about Fox, they say they chop up Fox somewhere in Westmoreland. I could easily become a gangster. I could easily relate my life and become a drug dealer. But I said, no, I know I have a purpose. I know I have a purpose. So sometimes these 2 vloggers, I admire their work. I admire their work because I read what they want for this country. I know a lot of people might not like it because sometimes the truth comes down too hard on you. And because the truth comes down too hard, you don't want to face the reality. Well, today I'm looking you in the camera and tell you, I am a product of the ghetto. You know who gave me that name? George Pong called me a product of the ghetto. You know why George Pong called me a product of the ghetto? Because he sees what I am doing. He sees my intention. He sees my love. He sees that I want better for my country and I want better for you. The 87'S, you, the Kerosene. I want better for Jamaica, which is called a banana republic, because we're not doing the things that we should raise up and elevate our country. I did a video 7 years ago, and I want you to look at this video. The reason why I did this video, I was in Guyana, because you're going to hear me mention Guyana in the song. And it was the excursion in Tivoli Gardens, and while I was in Guyana, all I could hear was young bodies being killed, police and soldiers and shots being fired, and it was all hell broke loose. And I said, what can I do from a distance? And I went and I wrote this song known as I Have Picked Me. No, I'm not an artist per se. Yes, I'm a trained musician, playing trumpet in the Jamaica Constabulary Force Band for 5 years, migrated to the United States as a musician, went to college and graduated as a musician. So I know what my purpose was. And when I saw the destruction and the chaos, I went and I did I Have Picked Me. Please, I want you to take a look at this video. I did this video 7 years ago and I did it for you. Take a look at I Have Picked Me and feel what Big Stone is all about. Take a look.
For 1,000 years they've been telling us lies.
Yes, I am.
Why should we believe a thing they say now?
No.
It's the same slave masters under the sky.
I have picked me, make we move and groove. I and children, make we move right through.
Make we move right.
Jaja City is there waiting for us in Mount Zion. Jaja pick me, make we move and groove. Wanna see on the ears hard air? See how long me I try to tell you no? To come off on the street corner before the devil find what to do no? See pure police and soldier come there, they can't go to jail. And your poor broke mama and papa can't even find money for scan your bail. Me I beg you to listen to me, although me the vibes can't tell her bounty. Me know someone when I skill up in the face and say me favor Humpty Dumpty. Me want you to go to school youth, but I want you to turn fool. The ice the great men reach and kept, that is the real goal. Me make we move and groove. I and children make we move right through. Jaja City is there waiting for us in Mount Zion. Jaja picnic make we move and groove. Lord of mercy, look at the jail and full of Rasta. All a little 10-year-old boy, what you really a do ya? You should have done your mother yard until you're ready for go to school. Make police catch you a brandish big gun and say you're Johnny Cool. Lord of mercy, look how my country I come to higher. But we just can't sit and watch you pity them burn up in a fire. No way higher, no way higher, no way higher, no way higher. Youth in a Guyana and Jamaica. This one appeal to each and every one of you. Remember, the senseless killing of your brothers and sisters won't get you nowhere. How can you shoot your neighbors that you go to school with, eat out of the same pot with, play the same marble game with? Don't you understand we're losing a generation of youths to the bullets, youths and youths? Go to school and learn the golden rule. You must give respect to get respect. You're my sons and my daughters. My sons and my daughters. My sons and my daughters. I am picnic make we move and groove. I am children make we move right through. Jaja City is there waiting for us in Mount Zion. Jaja picnic make we move and groove. Jamaica, Guyana and the world stands in solidarity with you. They feel your pain, they feel your suffering. Their prayers go with you forever and forever. Yes, I am. I am picnic. You are great youngsters. You're great youths. The pricker boy, can you imagine a pricker boy with the territorial skills and the terrain skills that he had? He would make an excellent soldier, fighting for his country if needs be. Pricker boy was gunned down by members of the elite on a stretcher with his guts hanging from his body. Dr. Film, another gangster from St. Thomas, he ended the same way. I saw the pictures of Dr. Film lying on his back, gunshot all over his chest and body. Now, youths, I don't know how to tell you this, but you have been tricked. I told you this in a video, that you have been tricked. You really don't know your true purpose. Your true self was taken away from you 400 years ago. And 400 years ago, your mindset was thwarted, which means you're not allowed to think straight. You're not allowed to think positive. You're not allowed to think constructive. You're allowed to think destructive. And in thinking destructive, you're allowed to destroy yourself. They say, we're not going to kill you niggas anymore. We're going to allow you to do it for us. This is the year 2021 when the sevens really clash. Because 3-7 is 21. It didn't happen in 1977 because that was 4 sevens. But 2021 is when the 3 sevens clash. And I'm giving you this message, and I just show you the video. I want you to change for the better. As you see how it is as gangsters, the police technology, they're stepping up their game. They're working on intelligence. The community is tired and they cannot take you breathing down their neck anymore. So there are a lot of youths who are gonna lose their life. Last year, 2020, we lost over 1,200 of our citizens murdered. I've seen brothers acting on the order of their mother and sister kill a brother in a Recobessa recently. A brother and sister act on the order of a mother, allegedly,
to let's go kill my son, your brother. And yet still when the community rise up, they eventually kill the brother that was part of the killing of his brother. How could that be insanely right? Look at last year again. A sister took the life of her own sister. But you know how she did it? Allegedly, she used her 2 daughters, which is the niece of the deceased. She was the one who opened up the door and allowed the gunman to come in and kill her sister. The morning star has come over. It is time for us to enter the promised land. The year 2021 is a serious year. You see what is happening with the pandemic. You see what is happening all over the world. Total control, total destruction of one's mind. Youths, I'm appealing to you. I'm appealing to you. I'm appealing to you. You're calling 87. An 87 is a criminal. An 87 is a killer. An 87 is one who don't want the best for his country. An 87 is not a good name to be called. Please, I'm begging you to wake up. I'm coming to you because, see, I'm looking at you straight in the camera. I'm feeling your pain. I understand what you went through. Poverty did not breed this, because if poverty was a breeding ground for murder, Haiti would be the #1 murdering capital of the world, the murdering country of the world. They're poor. They eat mud in Haiti. They call it mud pie. They eat mud to satisfy their hunger. We have not gotten to that yet in Jamaica. So youth, I'm appealing to you. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to some of these vloggers that mean well. They come across harsh, but they mean well, I'm telling you. I listen to them. I know what the intentions are. The intention is not to hate you. The intentions are not to devour you. The intentions is make you better. The intentions is showing you what has happened to other people that has gone before. The exact same thing. The exact same pathway. How can you be driving a car, and while you're driving a car, the person in front of you dropping a pothole, and you see the pothole, you know that if you go in that pothole, your front end is going to be destroyed, and yet still you drive your car straight into the pothole. Wake up, take the veil from off your eyes, look, listen. I did so when I went to America in 1980. Jose Delroy, the great mobster that came from out of Southside. Southside he's from, right? Jose Delroy Edwards, right? He came to America in 1979 and he got sucked in by the system, and now he's doing 7 consecutive life sentences. He's locked away for 24 hours a day. He has no human contact. So for the rest of his life, he's going to be talking to himself. That is insanity. He's begging for pen trial. I did a story, I covered him. Youth, I love you guys, man. I want you to change, please. They're killing men, they're killing women. Recently, Debbie Ninja was killed. 40-something years old, she was killed on the job. Jamaica is a small country, we can't hide from each other. How can you be a gangster in Jamaica that is only 155 miles long by 55 miles wide? You not beg the item 2021. reach the promised land.
There shall be no problems when we reach the promised land. Morning star,
Come over, come over, youth. The morning star, come over. We are ready now to go. This song, ladies and gentlemen, is a song that was done by Willie Francis, 1973. I want to big up DJ Waldine in Brazil because this song was the #1 song in Brazil. Willie Francis. Father send a shepherd to lead his children. There shall be no trouble when we reach the promised land. Morning star, come over. It's about time, youth. It's about time.